Howdy folks, good late morning. How are we all doing? It is Wednesday, February 2nd, 2022. So, how ironic that all the days of all days, all the numbers start with 2. How about that? But today I'm actually out on a visit at the Tippecanoe II Mitigation Preserve. So there is the main Tippecanoe Environmental Park that is close to the Tampa Bay Rays practice stadium, but this is a little more hidden, this particular spot. It's actually just a little before you get into Port Charlotte. But the purpose of the Tippecanoe II Mitigation Preserve is to basically mitigate, which is really just a fancy way of saying, preventing something from happening. So you may be wondering, what is it that they're trying to prevent? Well, back, a couple of decades, you go back in time and you figure where we're standing. This area was once at a point of becoming developed, especially for residential homes. Because as many of you know, Northport is actually one of the most rapidly growing towns in Florida. And not just Florida, but also, the United States, the whole country. It's just, development is rapid right now. But with that being said, the reason why this became preserved was there were up to 7 separate families of Florida scrub jays that were facing possible threats. And as many of you may know, the Florida scrub jay is an endemic bird that is highly protected in the state. So what I mean by endemic is the scrub jay can only be found in the state of Florida. It's found nowhere else in the world. So, with that being said, it has a very limited habitat where it can reside. So, where we essentially are is, we're seeing a lot of scrub flatwoods. And there are indeed some mesic flatwoods at this preserve too. However, I'm sure once I take a further stroll at this place, I'll have a better idea of what habitats are really found here. But that's the thing to know right away, is Florida scrub jays can really only inhabit a scrub habitat. That's really about it. Because, they rely on the Lyonias and the oaks as part of their diet. So oftentimes you'll find, rusty Lyonia, myrtle oak, Sands live oak. Those both have acorns that, the birds can feed on if need be, and among others. But that's really part of their diet. And without those, the birds, the scrub jays, really can't survive. So, basically what had to happen was the extension and environmental departments of Charlotte County had to step in and actually purchase this land. And it encompasses a decent size, you know, in terms of acreage. And in this area, there are indeed quite a few streets, but there might only be 1 or 2 homes. That's about it. Otherwise, on lands like this, you can't build a home. And that's one thing, mates, to remind all of you. There are so many people down here who complain about, you know, the wildlife that they may find in their home or even on their property. Please keep this in mind. The homies were here way before we all were. You know, this is their natural habitat and their home. So they have been here much longer than we have. So why not refer to them as our homies, as we also have to cohabitate with them as well. Because we're essentially, with our rapid development, we're invading their home. So, you know, a big term that comes to mind for our homies is adaptability. How well can they adjust to the change? Let's try to make it easier for them. So, like I said, this is a place well worth visiting. It's actually my first time here, even after being here for 7 months. Haven't had a chance to really visit the place. So, looking forward to seeing what more is offered. So, alright, you guys, take care. Hope you enjoyed this video. And once again, Journey on a Journey is outwards. Take care, folks. See ya.